What's up, everybody? You're back with the Chosen Khan, and today in the studio we have my boy Desmond.
Hi, everybody. How are you guys doing?
What was it like?
It was good.
We dove into a bunch of things.
Yeah, we dove into the experience of being African. And it's a good experience, tough experience.
Yeah.
One thing I want to say for those kids that are here that are African, always embrace your culture no matter what. Don't be embarrassed of who you are. Don't be embarrassed of your culture. Don't let anybody belittle you because of where you're from.
You said something to me, man. You
Yeah.
said something about, we were talking about Black Panther a lot,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Great movie. But we talked about how Killmonger, in a sense, he didn't have his culture. You talk about
Yeah.
what is it like for African Americans?
So like the kid, I said there's an African proverb, the child who does not feel the warmth from the village will burn it down to feel the village's warmth. So that means like as a kid, like if you're African American, right, and you kind of you don't really know your culture, right? When people take your culture away from you, it's like it hurts. You know what I mean? So you'll do anything by any means necessary to take your culture back.
Yeah,
You know what I
it's
mean?
powerful.
To feel like you have a culture or you have your culture back.
You have
You know
like
what I mean? So, yeah.
I guess the perfect word would be, it's like you have your identity.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? I think a lot of people are confused of who they are.
Yeah, exactly. That's really true.
And then we talked about, I guess, when you moved from Sierra Leone.
Yeah, to
right?
here. It was pretty tough. I was raised by a single mother. I never knew my father until like a couple months ago.
What was that like, man, not knowing?
It was like I used to like. I'm gonna be honest, man. I used to cry like every
Yeah.
night, man. I'd be like, God, like, yo, like if my dad is in heaven, like, you know, can I like at least see him? You know what I mean? Or you know, if like one day can I see him? You know, but like obviously in God's timing, like everything will fall in place. But it was tough, but it was also good too. You know. 'Cause,
What did you tell your friends, though, of when
oh, I used to tell them that my dad died protecting my mom and I from Blood Diamond.
Yeah, this guy, man.
It's really funny, man.
And your boy, what was your homie's name? Isaac?
Isaac and Jared.
Yeah.
And Emmanuel, they used to run with it. Those three, I made sure they ran with it.
Yeah.
Those were I didn't even have to tell them. I knew they were my boys. When someone asked them and they repeated word for word.
Yeah.
And they looked at me and they were like, I got you.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, thank you guys, man.
Those are homies.
Those are my top three homies.
So what was it like then with your mom and you?
It was a struggle because like I was super like I wanted to know different things, but my mom was like she was hella scared, right? She didn't want to come here and then all her efforts are wasted, so she was like super strict on me.
Yeah.
You know, and I love it. You know, I'm thankful that she was hella strict because now I see like the strictness is the stuff that I need to use now.
What would she do? Like she wouldn't let you go outside?
Yeah, she wouldn't let me go outside on certain days. Like I couldn't watch TV on weekdays. It was only on weekends, like
Yeah.
Friday nights past 5 o'clock when I finished cleaning.
Yeah.
And I had to be done TV by like 12. And
Discipline, man.
Yeah, you know, and on the weekends I had to on the weekends she'd force me to like read the dictionary. Yeah, like if I had a word, she would be like, "Go look it up." She couldn't tell me. I'm like, "You know what the word is? Just tell me what it means, so I can go."
Yeah.
And so she forced me to like look through the dictionary, and stuff like that. And then if I wanted to play, it would only be to like outside in our backyard where she could keep an eye on me. So like I would just play soccer.
Yeah. You told me you also used to sneak out of your house. And
Yeah, I used to sneak out of my house when my mom was sleeping, and I'd go to the richer neighborhoods, and I'd imagine my family there, and I'd always like talk to God and be like, yo, like, and even talk to my mom, like in her spirit, and I'd be like, yo, mom, like, we're gonna live here one day, and I'd be like, yeah, to my future wife, like, we're gonna live here one day, like, to my kids, like, you know, I used to tell myself that, and I've always been a pretty big kid, so
Yeah,
like,
you're 6'5", he's huge, he's
so
huge.
I've always been, even now, I still do that, and I go to like new show homes, and they're like, oh, what do you? I'm like, oh, I'm in law school, like I'm about to finish, I'm just kind of looking for houses, you know, my fiance and I, you know, just stuff like that, right?
The vision, man.
The vision, right? But
you said something in the podcast that if you did go to these show homes and you said, hey, you know what?
yeah,
like,
if I said like, oh, I was like a broke student, they wouldn't take me seriously, you know, and just being black as well, they'd be like, oh, like just another black kid like dreaming.
that's happened to you before, right?
Yeah, it's happened a couple of times. Right?
You said you went to a friend's house. You don't got to name him, but you went to a friend's house.
I went to a friend's house and they would like kind of hide all the like nice, valuable stuff so that I would quote unquote steal it. But I didn't really take it to heart, you know, like when people are uneducated, then they become like, not necessarily like arrogant, but they do stuff that, you know, they think is right, but it's not right, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's deep. And then you talked about basketball, right?
Yeah.
You played ball for a long time. You used to be angry.
Yeah, I used to be angry, so I played basketball. But even on the court, I was angry because like sometimes like you can't always get it out on the court, you know. Or when you're sitting on the bench and you go on, you make a mistake. It's like damn, like now you think about all the mistake and then you start thinking about everything. So I was hella angry, you know, and yeah, but it took me a long time to learn how to work with people, you know. But I always love people though. Like I'm a super nice guy. Like
He's a nice guy, yeah.
I'll always have your back. Like that's number one. Like my friends know. Like I'll always have their back. You know. But I always acted out of selfishness. You know. I did things for myself just because it was the only way I knew how to do it. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And then the last thing we talked about was like females.
Yeah, man. Females was a huge struggle.
And like with basketball players, the thing is that not even basketball players, sorry, but with just guys in general, what we noticed was that we talk about females in a degrading way.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You know, I'm just trying to get with it. I'm just trying to bust it out, whatever it may be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But what was your experience like?
It was pretty good. I mean, okay, it was the ladies were nice, you know, very good looking women. I met women of every different culture, so it was really good. But it's hella tough too, because I was struggling with lust and pornography at the time as well.
Which is huge,
Which is huge.
But no one talks about pornography.
And that would make me look at a female as an object. And I'm not that type of guy anymore, but when I used to see a good girl, and she'd treat me well, I didn't really know how to treat her. I only know how to treat her the romanticized way, right? And only through physical.
That's the only type of love,
right?
Showing,
The only type of love I was able to show. It wasn't until I met actually this girl in grade 12. I can't say her name, but yeah, she really challenged me, you know, subconsciously to love her the way that she wanted to be loved. And she was struggling as well, so we were able to connect spiritually, emotionally. And she would always be like, hey, what do you want to do with your life? And she's like, I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a corporate lawyer. I remember the conversations like it was yesterday. One time we were up, she's like, Des, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know, like I'm just chilling, like I'm
a baller,
I'm a
girl.
baller,
Yeah,
I'm like, you know, I'm gonna go pro, I'm gonna get a scholarship, and then I'll figure it out from there. And she wasn't really with that, you know. And I'm like, what do you want to do? She's like, I want to be like Olivia Pope, you know. I want to go into
Scandal.
corporate law. From Scandal, watch Scandal. It's a great show. She's like, I want to go into corporate law, you know. I want to do this. Like my dad's a lawyer as well, so you know. And I'm like, yo, that's like phenomenal. Like I'd love to marry this girl, but I'm like, I deep down, I thought I was a good person. But like I was hella lazy. I used to talk, but never walk the walk. I was living in a facade. You know, I ended up getting a scholarship, and she was super happy for me. But I blew that away with my actions, just not trying too hard in school. Like I got the scholarship because I had the grades, and then I started getting lazy again because I felt like I made it.
Got comfortable, yeah.
I got comfortable, right? And then that forced me to go to a different university. But I thank God though, like I'm now here in a good position, because if I was in Guelph, I probably wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't have been here, right?
Yeah, we would have been hanging out, man.
Right? So
it all happens for a reason.
It all happens for a reason, right? So
what are you going to leave the people with? I guess what's one piece of advice you tell them?
Yo, rock who you are. Don't be afraid of your culture. Don't be afraid of who you are. If you have an insecurity that you think it's bad, I guarantee you chances are 30 people think that is the most beautiful thing about you. You know what I mean? Own your style, own yourself, own your style. And if you have an interest, explore it. You know what I mean? Always be open to new ideas. Treat people well, obviously, as well. And just kind of like think deep within yourself, you know. Make sure you know who you are. That's
key.
Yeah.
So, again, now you see why we wanted to get him on the show. He's only 19 years old.
Thank you.
19, man. He's a big dude. But, yeah, that's why we wanted him on the show. Check out, we're going to have his Instagram and all of his social media tags below. Vote for this man one day. Your goal is to be what?
My goal is to be mayor when I graduate out of law school, or maybe in between law school.
Mayor of what?
Mayor of Calgary.
There we go. And then you're going to be president of Sierra Leone one day. You know what I mean?
By God's grace.
Hey, man, you never know.
You never know. Maybe even prime minister, yo. Trudeau, I'm coming for your job, bro. I'm coming for you.
All right, man. That's it. So subscribe. Check us out. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud. Listen to the full podcast because we dive into all of these things and you won't be disappointed. So everybody, have a great time. Peace.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for watching our videos. Your support really means a lot to us. Check out our podcast and honestly check out the other conversations we've been having as well.